Hello, guys. Thank you so much for coming along today. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for returning subscribers. You guys are amazing. For sharing this, for liking. We are growing, right? So I know when we started, it was such a small, but now, uh, from your sharing, from your contribution, we'll continue to grow. So thank you for all you do. Please, I would encourage you to continue to share, like, and comment, and refer, so that we'll continue to be an active community of practice. And if today is the first time you are coming to my channel, maybe through referral or maybe through recommendation, Google search, whatever way that you have crossed my path or that we have crossed paths today, I am so happy that we have happened to cross paths. I would highly encourage you, if you're first time on my page, to please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you wouldn't miss any of my contents. Believe me, I'm not sure you would miss any of the ideas I'm sharing here. And I would also love to hear your thoughts, your ideas based on what I share with you today. Okay. With that said, the other thing I wanted to highlight is if you are a Scrum Master, probably you're new to Scrum and Agile, you moved from one position to Scrum, or you have done your training, you have done your certification, but you're not sure what to do. Your hands are not still strong. You just wanted to collaborate with someone. All I'm going to say is that reach out to me. You have my information on top of the screen. Just send me an email or connect with me on my Instagram or Facebook, right? And then we will connect and I can work with you, mentor and coach you until you become experienced in this field. Now, today is going to be a very important section. Do you know why? Because this is why most Scrum Masters lose their job. Now, as soon as you get hired, your supervisor, you are assigned to a supervisor as a Scrum Master, right? Or your manager. And your manager will begin to review you maybe mid-year, depending on how the organization, conducts their mid-review section, right? So Scrum Masters are reviewed on, I think once or twice a year, depending on the organization policy. I do know that at least once a year, you're going to meet with your supervisor to kind of review how have you performed. Now, within this time, when you start working, you need to keep in mind that there is what is called performance review time or performance review section. Now, sometimes Scrum Masters don't even know that the supervisor or manager is kind of also assessing them, team members are assessing them, the product owners assessing them, agile coaches are assessing them. So if you keep in mind that's what is called performance review, it's going to help you to also know how to do your job measurably and efficiently. Now, what I'm going to share with you is both for supervisors and also for Scrum Masters. So if you are a supervisor and a Scrum Master, either or both, then draw your seat closer, come closer, let us have a conversation because I want us to look at a guide together. If you are a Scrum Master, today's section might help you to kind of reevaluate yourself so that you might have that 5 stars general badge on your shoulder. Isn't that nice, right? So performance review guide for Scrum Masters, that's what we're going to talk about today. You might not have heard this anywhere, so that is why I'm asking you to please listen and let me share my ideas with you. With that said, I'm going to also share my screen and then we'll get started right away. Now, there are basically 4 steps to review Scrum Master's performance, about 4 basic steps. There might be detailed, nitty-gritty nature of how people review that, but I was able to kind of put this together based on my experience as a Scrum Master and based on my research, because my intention here is to give you the best, right? The best. Now, what are the steps in this performance review? The first one is preparation. Now, when you get hired, remember, like I said, this section is good for supervisors that are managing Scrum Masters or that Scrum Masters are reporting to. Sometimes Scrum Masters report to Agile coaches, sometimes they report to project manager, depending on the organization structure, like executive, hierarchy, dependent. Be that as it may, the first thing is preparation. Now, the supervisor will meet with you to set clear expectation about your role, right? Now, the supervisor will communicate those expectations, and then, maybe bi-weekly or maybe weekly, or depending on how you guys have agreed, you guys are going to have a regular feedback section throughout the year, right? Maybe every once a week, once every 2 weeks, you're going to meet with your supervisor, discuss challenges, progress, and the supervisor is going to provide feedback. That happens on that level. Now, that is why I think I have emphasized and I've shared with you guys, when you are newly employed as a supervisor, that is what is called 30, 60, 90 days plan, 3 months plan. The first 3 months is very crucial. Why is that so? The first reason in part is because that is when you are still in probation. The second is that is when you need to set the pace. Okay. Now, keeping in mind that when you are on probation, that you are being reviewed critically to really figure out what you said you have on your resume is really the same thing in performance. Okay. Now, the preparation stage is number one. The second stage is data gathering. Now, the data gathering is when your supervisor, either the agile coach, will be reviewing you, right, based on information gathered from product owner, because definitely you're going to be interacting with your team, right? How do you communicate with people? Are you very authoritative? Are you such a person that you like to bully your team members? What are some innovative mechanisms or techniques have you been able to provide? So that is the time that your supervisor will be reviewing you, gathering those data in order to kind of make some logical conclusion. Now, you can't jump into stage 2 if you haven't taken stage 1. So for managers, even if you're a manager or an agile coach, right, you need to first of all prepare your Scrum Master, whoever that is reporting to you, in order to gather those. You need to set expectation. Now, as a Scrum Master, you just want to keep in mind that there is some sort of review section, right? It's not just your interaction with your manager that they're going to review you. Your manager is going to collect information from members, including the people, kind of examine you, assess you based on your facilitation skill, based on those different hats you put as a Scrum Master. Now, the third stage would be translation. What does that mean, actually? Now, this is the time where your supervisor is going to, based on the information gathered, to kind of translate, to convert that in real time. Now, there are some sort of rating mechanisms. Sometimes they'll say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 as the least and 10 as the highest, how would you rate his performance? Some organizations have things like below expectation, average, and exceed expectation. So this is the time your supervisor will be trying to place you in between that thread. Okay, so based on those information gathered, right? Now, the last but not the least is about delivery. This is the time the supervisor or the manager will be able to present you, share with executives or management what he or she has been able to gather based on your performance. And now, sometimes when organizations are reviewing, their employees, they will go through those performance reviews either to return some people or to let them go, right? Sometimes Scrum Masters lose their job because they don't really pay attention to this. So I thought I should share this, perhaps to save some folks from losing their job. Now, if you're a Scrum Master and you have gone through performance review section with your supervisor, do you think, knowing what you know today, that you went through these 4 basic steps? If one was missed, or maybe 2 steps were missed, or even 3, or even all, now, how would you help your supervisor to do the performance review section accurately and efficiently? And if you're a Scrum manager, how have you reviewed and assessed and evaluated your Scrum Masters? This video could be a guide for you. Now, what do you think about today's section? Do you think it is something that you is very informational, is very instructive, or what do you think? I want to hear your thoughts. Have you gone through some sort of performance review section? Probably yes. If you have, how was it like? I want to hear those in the comment section right below. All right? That's where we're going to start for today. Very short, I know, right? But I want to know what your experience has been, your thoughts about this performance review. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Like I said, my interest is to share what I have known, what I know, and what I continue to know or experiment and learn in my Scrum and Agile journey. Like I said, if you're looking to be mentored or coached, or even to collaborate and work with me, all you need to do is to hit me up either on my email, Instagram, or Facebook, and let's get things rolling. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. I hope I'll see you again next time. Stay well. Bye for now.